of see a library.
Library?
Yeah, like there's a lot of books and shelves with books, and it's, a, it's a big room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just see the books. I don't see anything there. I don't see any person. I just see the books, lots of books, books on the shelves, books on the table.
Mm-hmm. Is there
And
any book that you're interested in?
I don't know, I dropped this first book, and it's kind of old looking,
Mm-hmm.
but not too old. It's not like too old. It's like the classic type of older covers where they were fabric and they had the imprinted title on them.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the book is red, kind of burgundy cover, and it has gold markings and lettering on it. I don't see the title. I don't know what the title is. I don't see
Take,
the title.
take a look at that book. Can you see the title or perhaps sense what it's about?
I, it's so weird. I don't see the title. I see kind of like the edges of the paper, edges of the pages.
Mm-hmm.
I opened the book, but I don't see anything in the book. I know there must be something in the book. It's not empty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the writing. I don't. It's like where the writing's supposed to be. I see fog. I can
Mm-hmm.
compare this to a fog.
Very good. And as you look at this book, what's the information that is in this book that you're gaining?
It's a kind of. It came to mind. It's about my life.
Mm-hmm. Is it about the life of Joanna?
Yeah, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very good.
I don't see anything in it.
Very good. Are you reading this book before coming into the life of Joanna or after? Or perhaps in between?
Oh, this is like I feel or sense myself having the book, like holding it against my chest and feeling like this is my favorite book.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see the title of the book, nor I don't see what's inside.
Why is this your favorite book? What do you like about it?
It seems like I've like I'm getting the feeling like you like towards a baby, like towards an animal. Like I'm getting this really pleasant kind of caring feeling, and I just
Mm-hmm.
want to cuddle the book in my arms like it's an animal or something. So funny. I don't know.
Very good. Enjoy that moment. How does that make you feel?
Very pleasant and at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like it has this sensation or feeling. I feel that it's not. It wasn't the easiest or wasn't easy or something, but it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is it might be about the life.
Mm-hmm. Focus on that book. Is there anything that stands out?
It has gold corners on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like the red has a lot of gold in it.
Mm-hmm. Does this gold represent something?
Mm. It's I hear richness, richness,
Mm-hmm.
richness of this life.
And what is it that this life is rich in?
I hear different experiences,
Mm-hmm.
but I still don't see. There's like more details showing up on the cover, but I still don't see the title of it, nor
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't see any writing. Any writing I could possibly be able to decipher or read. I don't see anything.
Keep focusing on that book and see what it is that draws your attention the most.
I'm just in this library looking room,
Mm-hmm.
and I was holding this book. Now I'm kind of putting it away, and it's you can tell it's an old book. What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this?
What have you read in this book? How do you feel after reading in it?
It's like the moment I touch the book, I know it, what it's about, and I don't even have to see the writing. I just feel it and know it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like about my life.
And what have you learned about your life from that book?
Hmm. That a lot of experiences and I don't know, just experience,
Mm-hmm.
just your experience.
And what is the purpose of these experiences?
Expanding the soul,
Mm-hmm.
expanding the soul.
Very good.
And
Is
now
there
I'm just in this room. Nothing is really happening. There's nobody here. It's just a bunch of books, and like I feel the energy of the books,
mm-hmm.
and there's many stories, and I am, you know, I'm just there.
Have you read any other books?
Seems like I know majority of these books.
Mm-hmm. Is there any other book that you want to read now?
Mm. I don't know. I would like to know. Uh, like I would like to know what was before this, but when I
Mm-hmm.
said that, I just saw light. I just saw
Okay,
light like sun.
very good. Let's count back from 3 to 1 and see what was before this. 3, 2, 1. What is happening?
Mm. I have this sensation like I'm in a I mean, the sun,
Mm-hmm.
like part of the sun, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel any heat or anything. Like I feel very pleasant and warm, but not like burning or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just I see a silhouette, like a human silhouette, but
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to me. It's supposed to be me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Are you in the silhouette or are you observing it?
I am the silhouette,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, and I'm kind of absorbing it also. But I just see the left side. I don't understand any of this, but I just see the silhouette in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
in that light. I don't know what that means. What does that
Very good. Is there anyone else with you?
mean? Is there anybody?
What
No. Mm-mm. No.
what are your sensations? What are your emotions?
Seems like I'm resting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just like like I'm resting, and my mind, if I have any,
Mm-hmm.
it's empty. It's
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing. It's just resting. It's empty, and it's kind of like a fog type of light. I don't know, like
Mm-hmm.
light coming through fog. The silhouette looks like that, like light coming through a fog.
And how is it that you came to be here in this place? Let's go back just a little in time and see what happened before that. Three, two, one.
I see like it's sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a kind of desert environment. It's
Mm-hmm.
warm there, sunny, desert environment. There's some bushes, some rocks. It's very pleasant, very warm,
Mm-hmm.
very like it has a good vibe. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
to explain this. It's like you feel very good there.
Mm-hmm. What
And
is this place? Is it a place on Earth?
doesn't seem like it's Earth. Like
Mm-hmm.
it might be some other planet, but it's very pleasant here. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like this place doesn't have a like this place doesn't have fear. Like it doesn't host fear. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to say that. Like the the uh, the people, the creatures or people who live on this planet
Mm-hmm.
are kind of looking golden.
Uh-huh.
I see a tall golden creature
Uh-huh.
with a rather big head, and the head is elongated,
Mm-hmm.
but it kind of like it has a triangle shape, and it's kind of funny because it looks like a uh, skinny human with a huge triangle head, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gold.
Very good. And who
And
is this creature? Do you know this person?
I don't know who that is. Maybe it's me. I just know that I don't feel any negative here. I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like very pleasant. Just feel very pleasant. about myself, about the place,
Mm-hmm.
about the whole thing. I don't know. Just
Very good.
very pleasant. But I look like I'm kind of animated and so skinny and so like it could almost like bend like a plastiline, or like I don't know, like the dough children play with. Like this thing is very flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't have bones inside or something. I don't know. It's
I
funny
see.
looking.
And what is it that you do here?
I see myself in this deserty like landscape, and everything is golden. I am golden,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I just see this creature, this me
Mm-hmm.
type of.
Is this a male or a female creature?
There's no gender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no gender.
Is there anyone else with you? Or could we go look for someone?
Maybe I should go somewhere. I don't
Mm-hmm.
see anybody.
Let's go.
Well, it seemed like started to walk, and there is like a. It's all in the desert, and it's looks like it's round. It's like after a crater or something. Like it looks like a crater, but it's not too big. There's more of these creatures sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody, one of them is giving a speech.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a speech or a lecture or something like that, and everybody is listening. And I kind of arrived late to this meeting, and I'm just joining on to the meeting.
Very good. What is this lecture about?
It comes to mind Christ consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
and we all we all look like this. We all look alike. We all look like this golden, skinny, very flimsy looking
Mm-hmm.
triangle-headed creatures, humanoids. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
kind of look humanoid, and beside the head, it looks pretty human. And but I see there's three fingers,
Uh-huh. On
and
two hands.
yeah, each hand has
Mm-hmm.
like three long fingers, and the person who's speaking has robes on,
Mm-hmm.
like it looks like it's a different type of creature. It's I don't know, maybe this thing came from another planet to give us some kind of message.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I know it's like Christ consciousness, and this thing is dressed up in these robes, and it has elongated head, but more like an
Mm-hmm.
egg shape situation where you would people sometimes say like the pharaohs had the egg shape, like the
Mm-hmm.
elongated skulls, but this thing looks like that. I mean, this person, and it's giving us some kind of lecture about the Christ consciousness, and that there is another planet. That there not only one but few planets where there needs to be some work done on those planets to help the people who live there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these planets is Earth.
Mm-hmm. And
And
how does Earth need help?
let me see. It. I see the Earth, and I see it spinning, and um, I. It's more like a feeling of like the communication comes telepathically, and it's a feeling of. I don't quite exactly know yet, but it's something that we will have to go there, and we will have to assist humans
Mm-hmm.
with like how to explain this? It's like we're supposed to assist them to strip off, like I hear shackles, like to strip off the shackles of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the shackles of fear. We're supposed to go and help them, empower them so they can do it. Like we're supposed to nudge them and
Mm-hmm.
like bring more positive vibration, like bring more positive light,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just supposed to shine the light, and this will help them
And how
free
is it?
themselves.
Very good. And how is it that you will be doing this on Earth?
How? I don't know. Well, some of us will stay here
Mm-hmm.
and will be able to monitor everything from. We have these. It looks like a central command, or I don't know, Star Trek, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And we work with these big, I don't know, like supposedly computers, or but I don't really see computers. I just see like this. I mean, it's some kind of technology which helps us,
Mm-hmm.
and I see myself sitting there and putting my hands into the like the cockpit, sort of, to say, like it's in front of me, and I have to put my hands in it, and my hand like there's a spot exactly for my hand, and I put my hand there, and then things are starting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I. It's like I'm connecting with the dashboard of this room, ship, whatever this is, and I'm like doing something there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm some kind of technician specialist in some. So yeah, they said that some of us will stay here and do this, and then
So are you staying?
let me see if I stay there or when. I think it seems like it's this is a part of me which stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm there. I'm there on that ship, and I am. I'm not like the most important or anything, but I have my role, and it's pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
So
not in command. I'm not in charge. I'm just participating in strengthening this operation with my energy. Seems like.
mhm. So, what is your role exactly? How would you describe it?
I hear monitoring the flow of light. That's what I hear.
Hmm. Monitoring the flow of light.
Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, I'm there on this ship, and there is lots of us here, lots of us.
And when you
Uh,
say light, would you say light as humans think of light, or is it a different kind of light?
yeah, when I heard that or sensed it, I saw a beam of light,
Hmm.
literally beam of light. But it's an energy which comes from the sun. I hear,
Hmm.
and it's visible, but it's invisible.
Hmm.
Uh, there supposedly there supposedly this can be measured by some kind of instruments. I just feel like a piece in like I'm part of this operation, but I don't have the whole knowledge of how this works.
Hmm. Very good. And now, as you stay behind to monitor, do you have contact with that part of you that doesn't stay behind?
I hear yes.
Hmm. And how is it that you stay in contact?
I hear telepathically,
Hmm.
and I hear that it's so funny that Joanna gets messages of maintenance on her body.
Maintenance. Okay.
Yes, that
Hmm.
she gets like these nudges, and then she knows that she's supposed to do this or that.
Hmm.
And it's a very it's not like it's a very clear message,
Hmm.
but sometimes it comes through dreams, and sometimes it comes as a thought, and sometimes it comes as a I hear electrical malfunction.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know what that means. And now I hear like uh, like when the internet doesn't work, where I'm on the wrong path. Like there's a example given to me where I was trying to find uh, the hypnotherapy school.
Hmm.
They and I almost signed up to this school, and they made the website not work
Hmm.
because they wanted me to go with this other teacher.
Very good. So, how could Joanna know how to interpret these messages?
She knows how to interpret them. She learned already.
Hmm.
She learned to pay attention to these messages, and she is she's still learning, but she has better understanding of it now, and it like she can distinguish, like she can distinguish them now, and Yeah, she's still in the process of clearing up the channel of communication,
Hmm.
sort of to say.
Very good. What message do you have for her today during this session?
Just continue your work. Calm down.
Hmm.
Don't stress. Put more emphasis on being joyful throughout this process, on being more like a child and just exploring and enjoying it. Just that's important. It's important to enjoy it. That feeling will bring more of goodness to
Hmm.
to to her. And
Very good.
this is a universal, like a universal truth, and everybody should practice that. Always put yourself in a positive mood. Forget about the worries, forget about the monies. Just do your thing and enjoy every step of it. Everything
Very
will be
good
fine.
advice. Thank you very much. And do you have any advice for Joanna concerning some things that she's been experiencing? She's been going back to the same past life over and over. What's the reason behind that? What is it that she needs to see, to learn?
Um, this it's pretty much. Hmm, I hear entrapment of the soul. I hear that, and
Mm-hmm.
that this has been cleared up, and I just need to let it go.
Mm-hmm. And when
That
you
the soul,
say,
that the soul was the female energy was trapped into that
mm-hmm,
in that misery and darkness, and it was like feeling everything so much more intense. But that's no longer the case. There's no more. I can see the castle right now, and it's full of light.
mm-hmm. Is
There's
that a physical castle or is it something that is symbolical?
it's both.
Mm-hmm.
It's been physical, and it is a symbology as well. But the physical castle is like it's filled with light. There's no more ghosts there.
Mm-hmm.
They're all got released,
So whose
and
soul
there
was
was
entrapped and where?
Joanna was there. Her soul was there, and many others.
Was she a
And
lost soul?
now she was trapped. She was literally trapped there. Like
Yes.
she was scared during that life so
Mm-hmm.
much that the soul was in such a shock and disarray and fear that it couldn't find its way out, couldn't find its own light. And
So was the soul, was that when the body died that the soul was unable to move on?
yes,
So the soul was trapped without the body in that castle, is that what you're saying?
yes,
Very good. And what about those other souls? Whose souls are they?
they were also released, and they were also they were female. They were all female. Or
Mm-hmm.
they were kept there
Mm-hmm.
as or it kind of starting to go back there. It's like mm, they were kept there for entertainment of the cruel master.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can say it. Yes, they were like slaves. They were tortured. They were beaten. They were raped. They were everything was done to them.
Mm-hmm. And so while this was going on, um, were you staying behind to monitor what was happening to her at that time?
I don't know. I see myself in the ship again with the triangle head, and I kind of have I can peek into that scenario, but what I hear right now is like all these people, all these women were captured there in order to have some kind of black magic done on them.
Mm-hmm.
And the black magic, it was a ritual which would, during those times when that was happening, that ritual would make the dark energy stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with a blood sacrifice and trauma. That was done with the trauma, blood sacrifice, and all these tortures. And that's why these people were there, and their bodies were just discarded, and the souls were kept in a recycling mode, sort of to say, where they would kind of come back to the same horrible scenario over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And
I see.
they were forced into that through the trauma, because if you traumatize a human being enough, that that soul either starts to engage, like it's completely almost out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so paralyzed with the fear that it just doesn't allow itself to have new knowledge come in and how to help itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just stuck in that environment, and the dark energy at the time made sure that these souls couldn't go back to the light, and they had them recycled.
Mm-hmm. And for
And
how long?
this all was I mean, I hear a long time that it was going on for a very long time, and
Mm-hmm.
but that was then. That was then. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. These souls have been released. These souls have been released, and there is even the soul who was doing all the dark deeds. That soul also has been released. That's why the castle is just so. It's there's light inside of it. There's nobody there. Nobody lives there. It has this still the thick walls and everything is there, but it's empty.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
how
empty.
was it that that part of your soul was supposed to help Earth or help humanity at that time?
That was at the time of there was an agreement
Mm-hmm.
that the source and the souls want to experience the contrast,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to experience love, and they want to experience no love,
Uh-huh.
and they want to know how it feels to have no love and how it feels to have no support. And that whole drama was agreed upon.
Mm-hmm. And how would
They
that help Earth or help humanity? What was the reason for wanting to experience this?
The reason was to have the light strengthen itself through the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
The positive experiences, the love, the nourishment, the empathy, all these enlightened feelings, they were emphasized through the contrast with misery and pain, and the people who were experiencing it, they were working on themselves. They wanted to experience, and they just wanted to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, these are all experiences. There's nothing good or bad in it. These are just experiences, and these are learning experiences. And we all agreed upon this,
Mm-hmm.
and we made so much. For some time, the cruelty and the experience of the negative got way out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
It started to morph into more cruelty and more. It was pushing it. It was pushing how much more it can do, how
Mm-hmm.
much more of horrible things can the souls withstand, and it just got out of hand. And when people started experimenting with atomic weapons,
Mm-hmm.
it it reached it reached the top,
Mm-hmm.
because that energy started to affect other planets in the
Mm-hmm.
not only in the solar system but in other solar systems. And then the beings from the higher dimensions decided that this can let be. It cannot be happening
Mm-hmm.
again, because this happened before.
Mm-hmm.
This happened in the Atlantis time.
I see.
They were experimenting, and they destroyed themselves throughout this. They were going way too far with things they were not capable of understanding the consequences of their actions.
Mm-hmm.
And they started to just be deviant. It was going the wrong direction. It had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when going back to these days when the atomic bomb was started to be experimented with and actually used against other humans, and against so much nature was destroyed with these experiments. These experiments underneath the ocean, the, the people just destroyed so much. We can't let this happen.
Mm-hmm.
This will not happen. There will no The atomic energy will not be used to destroy this earth anymore.
And
So
how is
it's
humanity doing now? Are they going in the right direction?
there is there's a lot of light coming to this earth,
Mm-hmm.
and this helps. And there are those who are in confusion still,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a choice. They make their choice
Mm-hmm.
of either staying with the low vibrations. That's the best way to describe it. They either stay with their negativity, low vibrations, and they will just bring more and more of that upon themselves, and will continue in this on the path of the experience of the negative. But majority of the souls are ready for a change,
Mm-hmm.
and the change is here. The change is happening as we speak. People are receiving energies from the central sun, and this helps them open their hearts, be nicer
Wonderful.
to each other, to be caring more, loving, more empathic, more enlightened. In I want to say few years time of this earth, everyone, majority will be connected with their higher self,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone will be able to communicate telepathically with their loved ones who passed away, and everybody will be able to receive their own guidance from within without a help.
Very good. And as you were monitoring that part of your soul that was entrapped, that female energy, was there another soul part that was living a more male energy at the time?
Um, After this traumatic life, which wasn't only one life, it was three lives like that,
Mm-hmm.
and the soul decided to not to come as a female for a while.
Mm-hmm.
The soul wanted to experience with a little bit less emotions.
Mm-hmm.
The emotions are very powerful, and they sometimes they act against you.
Mm-hmm. But of
So
course, the torture and all would have um, affected a male orientated soul as well.
yes, but during the male times, I don't. Trying to like see the lives and scan these things. I having a cramp in my leg. Um, I It comes to mind that the male soul was in hardship, was in a hardship, but that hardship was never as much as the woman's.
Mm-hmm.
And the male soul was in a war. The male soul went through all sorts of events, and the most I'm getting here is the fact that in this society, in this patriarchal society,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the soul noticed fairly quickly that it's easier to be a man because
Mm-hmm.
men had a voice. Men had a voice, and a woman
Mm-hmm.
had no voice, and it was so hard for the female to accept all that abuse and agree to it. It was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And the male energy was pretty strong, and he was doing much better than the female lives.
Very good. And does that male soul always come back as a man, or does it sometimes experience being a female?
Yeah, it did experience being a female, and it didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. It
And
didn't like it? Okay.
no, I didn't like it, and
Mm-hmm.
there were different variations, and it's just so.
It didn't
Uh,
like it because of the environment, or because being a
no, it
female?
didn't like it. It didn't like it because it was always, maybe not always, but many times it happened that the female was hurt,
Mm-hmm.
was hurt more than the male.
Mm-hmm.
And even back in those days, during the witch hunt, the male souls, even if they knew about the same things as the women, which were called witches, which is basically knowledge of plants, it's ridiculous, and of the spirit world. And if the male knew it, they were never accused of being a witch.
Mm-hmm.
They were they were the wise men.
Yeah.
And when the woman was trying to help and do something, she was accused of being a witch and
Mm-hmm.
being a hysterical, possessed. So that was a very negative experience, which influenced the understanding, and it was discouraging. It was discouraging. That's why the
Mm-hmm.
soul decided to go through all sorts of male experiences to understand that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the discrimination against women is completely, it's complete nonsense and comes from a fear standpoint, and it's nothing. This should this should end. It will end.
And why is this a thing even in through history? Is it human nature?
No, it was agreed upon. Before this, there was a society where women were in charge,
Mm-hmm.
and they that also didn't work out too well. There was a lot of imbalance there too, but it wasn't. I mean, the men just went way farther with it,
Mm-hmm.
with the abuse and everything, and it's just. It's like the karma had to even itself out.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. It's done.
Very good. Is humanity doing well now, or is it getting out of balance again?
Oh, there's a lot of work being done right now, and by now I hear that there is no it's ending of this era, and this will no longer matter in the new. in the new era. This will be
Mm-hmm.
like the so cruel past,
Mm-hmm.
the past which nobody will be wanting to believe in, that it could
Mm.
be like that. Very primitive and cruel. But this is over, and we're going into a new era where people will be nicer to each other, and there will be balance, and everybody will be connected to their higher selves.
Wonderful. And how can Joanna help with this in her life as a human, as a woman?
She just needs to do her thing with the step by step, just like you're doing, but to take it easy, take it slow, careful about the body. The body is it's just worn out. Just
Mm-hmm.
the body is worn out, and body went through a lot of structural changes,
Mm-hmm.
and this is this made the body lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, but it also the body kind of got depleted with all the dietary mistakes and all these
Mm-hmm.
problems, and it had to be this way because that energy couldn't be in the body.
Mm-hmm.
She was eating red meat, and it was not. This is not advised. Try to avoid red meat. Try to avoid pork. Try to avoid, in general, meats from those big slaughterhouses. Try to get
Mm-hmm.
meat from private uh, farmers, private butchers. Try to get meat which is from animals who are treated better.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can, don't eat pork, don't eat beef.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fear in those creatures, and you don't want that energy. You're trying to get out of that. You're not trying, you're doing it. And yeah, this is just take care of the body, especially this month. This
Mm-hmm.
month is very energetically heavy, and
Mm-hmm.
you need to take care of your body. Everybody needs to take care of their body.
Mm-hmm. Do you
If you need
have
to rest, rest. If you need to sleep, sleep.
mm-hmm.
It's very important.
What
And
is
make sure
going
you have
on in
nutrition.
this month?
There's a lot of solar energy coming to the earth. The
Mm-hmm.
solar energy is designed to open up the portal to the new era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What?
we'll go en masse through this portal. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be a wonderful event.
Wonderful. What can we expect during this time of transition? Is it going to be a smooth transition, or can we expect some upheaval?
Well, of course, some people will have problems, but that's their contracts, that's their choice, and it's gonna be pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like people are expecting a flash of light from the
Mm-hmm.
sky or something like that. There's nothing like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an energetic upgrade, and it might happen even when you sleep, so you're not aware of the situation, like with the with the human body. You're not gonna notice at the beginning. You're just gonna feel lighter in your head, in your mind. You're gonna feel that you're in a better space,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. There'll be more energies coming throughout the year, but this one is pretty big, and the anticipation of it, it's making it even bigger. And if you can sit quietly on the solstice of the winter solstice,
Mm-hmm.
sit quietly, and if you can be in a stream of sunlight, sit and meditate, just connect with the earth and connect to the light. That's all. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to do anything special. Just have good thoughts in your mind, and just accept it.
Very good. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Is there anything that you would like to advise Joanna for her personal life, for her body, for her work?
Work, continue. You're doing good. Do not overwhelm yourself, because that just blocks you, that stops you in your track, and it's pointless. Just enjoy, 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 enjoy. Make it your favorite time, like you going and talking to the best friends during these meetings, during these sessions. Just love it, and everything will be fine. And when there's no session, listen to a session or read something. There's plenty of information coming down nonstop, and we know that everybody worries about the money, but this is such a earth thing, and we have this in our consideration, but it's just not important. And I know how people, when they hear that, they get angry and they want to stomp their feet, but that's the fact.
What
Every time
about
when you feel that you're lacking, get yourself in a happy space and ask for good things, and they will
Mhm.
happen.
Very good.
This is all playing itself out the way it's supposed to. Uh, she's gaining strength. She just needs to really take care of herself, and she will be fine. The body is dealing with not only the energetic changes, but this is like making her. She's going through changes in the female uh, body, natural changes, but we're trying to help with making them as least bothersome as possible.
Mhm.
There is she had to have some bothersome events, because she had to realize what's happening.
Mhm.
She has to
Exactly.
recognize where she's at, and she needs to honor herself honor herself through this hard time. It's a difficult time for a woman, and she needs to honor herself, and everything will be good.
Very good.
Take care of the vehicle. It's very important.
Exactly.
You're
Is
still on this earth, and this is also to you, Bonnie. You're still on this earth, and you have to finish this job. You sign up for it,
Mhm.
and don't let impatience and fear dictate dictate your behavior. Don't let this.
Mhm.
Have joy. and enlightenment help you make your choices. And Joanna should do the same. This is very important. Every
Thank you.
day is a gift, and you decided to uh, you're like in the middle wave of these volunteers, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not the first ones, but you're the middle ones, and you still see people behind you. So there's still work to be done, and just have to be patient. Everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
at this time, and just bring more positive energy wherever you go. Notice the positives, don't look at the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasize positive aspects of your life. Be happy. That will help you persevere, and that will bring more good energies towards you, and you'll be able to have better clients and continue on your path.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that each of you is also doing a completion of karma.
Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, please?
Well, oh, the best idea comes to mind. It's like coming to peace, and finally make coming to peace with a situation, organizing it, and clearing it up. And that's you had a very good example when you were speaking of going back and breaking all the vows you gave in other lives, vows which made you limited and confined you in certain beliefs. It's time to break all these vows and make a list of them, and put everything which comes to your mind: poverty, loneliness, celibacy, all sorts of things, whatever comes
Ah,
to your mind.
vows, yeah, exactly. Is
And
there any particular vow that Joanna should break that she's unaware of?
uh, yeah, this is this one life where she's a monk, and she made all these vows there. Vow of, yeah, poverty,
Mm-hmm.
and the vow of being alone and serving only the God, and the vow of celibacy. Yeah, she needs to break all these vows.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And of course, breaking those vows from previous lives don't negate those vows in that life, in that past life. They are still valid.
Yes, they're still valid because the soul made them. It's one soul with many lives.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I mean,
Would you say the
to
vow
say,
is only to be for that
like,
particular life?
for example, like if somebody, words have an enormous power. And if somebody says that they hate somebody and they will hate them to the rest of their time, that person comes to you in your next life,
Mm-hmm.
and you meet this person and you automatically dislike the person,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know why you dislike the person, you don't even know the person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your that's the other soul which came to see if you can break this vow and stop doing that, because that was the problem of that previous life, not to drag it to this one. And many people, they don't know they did that, and then they, for example, had a spouse, and the spouse cheated on them or something, and they hated the spouse. In the next life, the spouse is their mother, and they hate the mother, and they do
Mm-hmm.
everything against the mother, and they don't even know why they're doing that. All these vows need to be breaking.
Mm-hmm.
This dissolve. No more vows.
Very good. Is there any more advice that you have for Joanna, or is there any past life that she should revisit today?
Oh, no, I think we're good for today.
Very good.
I think what she should do is, of course, care for her body first, and then do all these other things she wants to do. She has to put herself first. There's no other way. There's no more time. There's no more time to waste. If she keeps walking the old path,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna perish. She's gonna die. The body's not gonna hold up.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely important. Put yourself first. Take care of yourself. Everything else will be fine. Everything else will fall into a place, just like a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
The pieces will fall into place. And the energy, when you take care of yourself as a human being, and I'm not talking only about food or sleep, I'm talking about intellectual value and the whole package. When you take care of yourself, you start to emanate stronger energy, and your environment feels it, and
Mm-hmm.
your environment starts to be very flexible, and it wants to join
Mm-hmm.
the joy, and then you start to produce more and more goodness and abundance of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way. It's through the feeling. That's why when people are trapped in a state of depression, and they're very emotional, their lives seem so horrible and so traumatic, because they dwell on this feeling, and they bring more from every direction. Everywhere they go, they just attract it like magnets.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to maintain the good feeling. Put yourself in the good feeling always.
Mm-hmm.
Find a way. Listen to a meditation. Make up your own meditation. Have yourself self-hypnotize and put yourself in that good mood every morning before you even start your day. That will make you stronger, happier, and more focused for everybody.
Thank you very much for that advice.
This is how the law of attraction works.
I see. So, if somebody would have made a vow in the past about the law of attraction, about attracting good, and they made a vow that this shouldn't work for them, they should break this vow now.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big iron gate standing in your inner way. Break the vow, dissolve it, melt it with the
How should
light of
they
the
do
sun.
that? Should they do that in a conscious state or in a hypnotic state? Should
You
they
can
write it
be,
down?
you don't have to have a hypnotic session for this. Everybody can do this on their own. Sit in a quiet, peaceful place where you feel comfortable. Nobody will be disturbing you, not even animals. And just go within yourself. Feel that vow. Hear it in your ears, hear it in your mind. And stand like you're standing in front of yourself and tell yourself that this lesson is no longer needed, which that vow was creating for you. And because you are a powerful entity, powerful soul, and you have your free will, you can always change your mind. And because of that, you no longer need those lessons and you're dissolving all the vows you made in the past,
Mm-hmm.
all the vows which make you limited.
Uh-huh.
Dissolve them all. This is a perfect time to do this work.
Wonderful. Would you say that we are complete for today, or is there anything you would like to add?
We're complete for today.
Very good. Thank you so much for all the insights and all the answers. And
Thank you.
if you will allow me now to bring Joanna back, I will talk to Joanna. Joanna, take a deep breath in. You are back, and you can open your eyes.
All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you happy?
Yeah, that was much better. I was like,
Mm.
oh my god, finally we have some light in that castle.
And some
Like,
clarity?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was much better. Oh.